Brock Lesnar. Now, originally the title of this was added back to WWE roster on the website, so I'll tell you the initial story. So initially there was a story that having been removed from the roster page on WWE.com after the news broke of Janelle Grant's lawsuit and against Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar requesting a wee video, which is very strange. Brock Lesnar has quietly been added back to the roster page. Now,
wait a minute, a what?
A
wee video.
Yes. Do you not remember this? Brock Lesnar requested, apparently, a video from Janelle Grant through Vince McMahon, or maybe he had her number directly, that he requested and was granted eventually, apparently after a lot of coercing, a video of Janelle having a wee for the purposes of sexual gratification.
Okay, I did hear that now, but when you said wee, I went, okay.
I was being rather euphemistic. Anyway, some people have pointed out that Brock Lesnar may have never been removed from the WWE roster page, and somehow it's sort of a half story. But the fact is that this has actually kicked off people asking about it, and it seems that the wheels are turning within the company to actually bring Brock Lesnar back relatively soon. So what do you think of that? Do you think there's a right time to bring him back? Do you think it's too soon?
Well, I don't. Yeah, I do. I would say, it's like everything else, that time, they say time heals all wounds. I don't really believe that, but put a little distance in between these charges and bringing him back. I don't think he's that. I think he's going to be covered up with, if they put him out there on the floor, people, I think that would get them a lot of bad publicity. He's named right now. They can't bring him back now. I don't think legally, I would say my advice to WWE is let some time go by and get this matter behind you. Jim Ross just come out and said, hey, it's time to move on. It's time to do this. It's time to do that. No, it's time to move on when they're through, when it goes through the legal system. That's when it's over. And then we can go on. But stop talking about it now. Why would we stop talking about it now? It's still going on. Well, I'm not going to stop talking about it now, Jim. Actually, I'm going to call Jim up and talk to him about it. I really am. I said, no, you're going to talk to me, Jim. By God. But
do you want me to give you the Jim Ross quote? I've actually got it here. He said on his podcast,
I read it, but go ahead.
Lots of change afloat, and personally, I'll be glad when the winds have swept that change on through. I'm tired of it.
Yep.
It's embarrassing in a lot of ways that it's happened this way. It's affected a lot of innocent people. That's my take on it. I might be wrong. But it's time to move on. It's time to move on and cause some rest and peace for some people. And it's time. He keeps saying the same thing, essentially. But he says that I just never believed that Vince would allow his company to get this out of control. And it has. And I feel badly about it because I know how much the WWE meant to Vince. I'm sure it still does to some degree. So anyway, it's time. Let's go. Let's move on. Let's rewind it. Let's cast the hook in the water one more time and see if we can catch something more positive.
Okay, one statement in there gets me. I can't believe that Vince let his country get so out of control.
His country down.
Vince was the one who did it. So maybe he should have thought a little ahead, because this is nothing new for Vince. This Rita Chatterton, he denied that to the very, very end. And he will deny this to the very, very end. So it says something about Vince's personality. He could be a damn sociopath. Who knows what he is? Because I think he is. He doesn't show sympathy. Some things that should be plain to you. He don't care about it. Whatever happens. As long as it doesn't happen to him. And I agree with Jim a little bit. Yeah, it is time. But it can't be time until the legal system makes a decision on what they're going to do here. I mean, the company's kind of straightened out. Vince is out of the company. So is Stephanie. So is Linda. Triple H has a job. but he's a recipient of that McMahon money, so he's fine. Even if they kicked him out, he'd be fine. But he does have a love for wrestling, and I think if you kicked him out or wouldn't let him do anymore, I think it'd kill him almost. I think it would break his heart. What's he going to do? Go down to little kids' baseball games or little kids' wrestling matches? Nah, he won't be happy with that. Nothing like that. Unless he's on that big stage.
Do you going back to Brock Lesnar? Do you remember what I said at the time? And I'm sure a lot of people said, absolutely not. We'll never see him again. And I said in January, not only would Brock Lesnar be back, I said he'd be back by the autumn of this year, probably at the Saudi Arabia show.
Yeah, you did say that.
No, I'm sticking with that. I think he'll be back.
Okay. I want everybody to remember this, that he said he'll be back. But see, everything could be abdicated. Is that the word? Abdicated, abdicated.
Well, you can abdicate like the throne.
Okay.
Like a monarch would abdicate the throne.
Ruled on. Everything should be, I don't think it'll be over in a year.
Adjudicated.
That's what I'm looking for.
There we go. I knew there's like 3 different words sort of put together there. I didn't know which one you were after.
I was trying to remember that word. I said, I know this word. How do you say that? It has too many syllables for me.
Adjudicated.
Abjudicated. Oh, I got it now. Okay.
There we go.
But I don't think it'd be over by the Saudi Arabia show.
It would never be over.
No, never. Never, never.